So our task for today is to talk about the sniper and discuss theme and try to kind of analyze it for theme. So I think the theme of this story is that war has no boundaries. So what I'm talking about with that is I think that war affects the young, the old. War doesn't just happen like on an isolated battlefield among soldiers. I think lots of people are affected. What do you think?
Well, I would agree with you on that point. I was also thinking the same thing, that if it's going to affect the old, it also affects those who are in the story as part of smaller pieces. So the gentleman driving the truck, the informant, and then obviously his brother in the long run is affected by it as well.
I didn't even think about that as being a boundary. Family.
Family.
Yeah, that's a good. That's
I
good.
think if you were to take it one step further and you thought about maybe the future of what the story, how the story might continue afterwards, or maybe the parts that we didn't see before they're on opposite rooftops, is that maybe there was an argument in the family and they went their separate ways, but also that they continued to go their separate ways instead of just agreeing to disagree
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
enjoying their time together as
Right.
a family.
And we can
I
also-
think
yeah.
we struggle with that too. We often get upset and we end friendships, or we stop talking to family members when we don't agree on something. And sometimes it's just easier to agree to disagree
Right.
and enjoy each other for the times that you do have fun together. And if you're also going back to that theme of war has no boundaries, there was no, when we look back to our history piece, when we were looking at wrapping the background information, war has no boundaries in just maintaining two sides.
Yeah.
Because the IRA
Oh, yeah.
split up as well as the IRA who accepted the oath
Right.
and the governor general living in those 26 counties to the King of England versus the original IRA that said, no, that's not good enough.
Right.
To build off what you just said, it also went beyond just this time period too, to like escalating like
Oh, yeah.
as the war, even today.
Right. I think that's interesting because, like you were talking about today's conflicts, I think you could probably apply that to any conflict today, any war type conflict today, where you've got, an extremist group that fractures because somebody is willing to accept peace. So yeah, I think definitely that theme works, but I think you guys have opened it up to other themes as well, kind of talking about, just even the opposite of war, but keeping the peace, agreeing to disagree, and how that can, really enrich your life instead of taking away from it. I think I like that better than just limiting it to war has no boundaries.